y'all want to buy it with these boyfriends and these girlfriends. I'm going to give you some real estate advice, 18 years in the business. I'm going to let them give it to you. And in the course of it, I'm going to tell you, maybe this is finding you in a place where you need to hear this. This is not a good idea. Stop doing it.
Please be careful if you are buying or considering buying a house.
Oh man, listen. If if it's too low, I ain't running it again. Look, we're gonna go to the next one. Sorry, homie.
Okay, this is for my girls that are in relationships and they're gonna buy a house with their significant other. This is the number one thing you have to do. Make sure your name is on the title and the deed of the house. Does not matter if your name is not on the mortgage. Does not matter if you didn't put any money down or you put a little bit down towards the house. Whatever the situation is, make sure your name is on that title and deed. I would never advise people to buy a house with a boyfriend or girlfriend. As a realtor, I've seen where it gets people in trouble and it gets ugly. Here's what I think all couples should do instead. Each of you should buy properties, and if you can, you should buy multifamily properties. I may sound like a broken record when I say this, but house hacking is the way to go, especially if you can afford it in your city. If you're a couple, each one of you should house hack and do the 4-3-2-1 method. Let me explain what that means. If one of you are in a position to buy a property, you should buy a 4-unit. This is still considered a residential property and it's financed just like a single family home. So you buy the
and she's right. And you can use an FHA loan to actually do that. I've had people with FHA loans put in offers on multifamilies I've had listed before. So definitely.
4-unit, live in one of the units, rent out the other 3. You live there for 12 months, you move out, and buy a 3-unit property. You do the same with that and repeat. Now you may live there for a couple of years, you may live there for 5 years, who knows? But in order to get the lowest financing, the lowest where you have to put down, you only have to live there for a year. So you're gonna do that and repeat, then you're gonna move to a duplex. After you've bought that duplex, lived in it for another year, you're gonna rent it out, and then you'll have enough money, hopefully, from the cash flow of your 3 other multifamily properties where you can afford a single family home. Now that's just one person. Imagine the other person did the same thing and repeated the same process as you. You both together each have a 4-unit property, a 3-unit property, and a 2-unit property.
And what's even cooler, if y'all decide to go your separate ways, then you just take your and you leave. You ain't got to worry about who own what, why they own it, do we split it up, do we got to sell it? That's the safest way to roll, bro.
If you're buying a house with a boyfriend or girlfriend, understand this key difference.
Look, I'm skipping anything that's low. I'm just letting you know.
My boyfriend and I just bought our first home together at 27 years old, and as cute and gorgeous as she is, the process of buying her was not cute and gorgeous. It will absolutely test your relationship buying a house together. If you can buy a house, specifically your first home together, you can get through anything. I'm W-2, he's 1099, it's our first home. They're basically taking everything under the sun except our fingerprints. It really was so incredibly stressful all the way up until close. We were at each other's necks, fighting all the time, not communicating well, and I'm just gonna keep it real. We were fighting all of the time, and I really didn't think that I was gonna come out and say that. Prior to buying a home together, we had
That's the first red flag. Like you're fighting all the time. If you're fighting all the time and you're doing a transaction like that and that person's not your spouse, even if the person is your spouse, I'm gonna tell you, because even that can be a sign in the midst of even a marriage. But let's go back because we're dealing with someone that's not your spouse. But if you're fighting already, you got to realize that that is the voice of God telling you, you probably don't need to be doing this. I'm telling you, some people think you just need to push and force things out. I say this in real estate, if you're forcing, and I've been forcing before. I forced with fix and flips. I forced with purchase and buys and holds. I forced. And every time I forced, I did something I shouldn't have been doing, or somewhere where God really didn't want me at. So you got to read this. This is as much as what's happening on a paper and if the numbers make sense as much as it is, do I feel good about this? Do I have a sense of peace about this? Because if you're arguing about it at the beginning, I'm going to tell you, you will argue about it after you close. You'll argue about it when you're picking out furniture. You'll argue about it when you're picking out the renter. You'll argue about it. You will argue about it when things break and you got to fix it. You'll be like, no, that's your job. No, that's your job. It happens, and it happens more often than you think. This is a clown move. And I threw this in here because this is bad. I don't care what you've done, how well you've done it before in the past. You're setting yourself up for failure, and the worst type.
Men are not interested in getting on a mortgage with somebody that's not their wife. So listen, let me just go ahead and say this too. I've talked about it in the past, but this is a constant. Like, I don't need you in the comments telling me that I'm wrong. I got data on my side, okay? Men do not purchase real estate with women that they are not married to. You may have some exceptions, but baby,
Facts, facts, and facts.
the rule is and has been that anytime I see a man and a woman that are unmarried getting on a loan together, it is because he is doing so reluctantly. And it's the woman's idea, and she thinks that it is driving them closer to him proposing. That is not how these men be thinking, baby.
Some of y'all women do think that. Come on now, let's be for real. I've seen it where y'all think getting a house with the guy is going to actually tie him into you. It is the worst concept. Men do not buy houses with women that aren't their spouse. If you're not the spouse of the man, you should be running from buying a house from him, because you have no idea what that Negro's like when the lights go off. Well, you know what he's like when the lights go out, because I'm sure you threw it on him already. But still, you don't know what he's like when he's away from you, because you guys really just don't know each other. Not enough to get tied up in a financial situation that deep.
I be listen. I be talking to these men. Okay, that is not the way that you gonna get the outcome that you hoping for. Okay, and I'll leave you with a little tip. If you in a situation where you like, my man is buying the house, he don't want me on the loan, he's gonna buy us a house, beloved. He is buying a house. He is not buying a house for y'all. If it was for y'all, your name would be going on it. If you want to buy a house, then you buy your house. But if you buy a house with a man because you think that that's going to get you a wedding ring, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but girl.
Come on.
I was about to.
See, it takes a sister like that to tell you, because my mom said, if you can't hear, you're really going to feel at the end of the day. It really does take a sister like that to tell you, because I don't know why y'all do this. I've seen women do it time and time again. It is the most dumbest, stupidest move to actually do, whether you're buying it or you just going with him for the buying process. Just know this: when he mad, he leaving and he kicking you out. Real talk. Or you going to find a place to live at. There is no sunshines and there's no rainbows over here. Baby, listen. This is about building wealth. And if you come between that man and his equity, because you're behind think, when he get ready to sell it, or as he lives there and he's ready to refinance it, that you getting some of that bread, I'm trying to help you. You can listen or you can just continue moving. It's your...
This post for only females, but no, this post is for anyone with a spouse. Y'all really out here trying to buy a house with a boyfriend? A boyfriend that you probably just met? A boyfriend that you don't even know if y'all gonna be together after you purchase this house? Boyfriend that's putting his input on where y'all need to live, what the house need to look like, but he ain't giving you no down payment and he ain't helping you pay the monthly payment? Y'all do know when y'all do that, when you put a spouse that you is not married to on a deed, it takes two people to sell that house.
And now, this is the reverse. We always talk about the man having the money, buying the house, bringing a woman. Now the woman, and I've seen this in Atlanta, the woman buying the house and the man coming with her. Listen, let me tell you, if that Negro is not married to you, not engaged, not your fiance. If he is not married to you, please do not put his name on that title. Because when you get ready to sell it and he go another way, he disappear and he don't show up, or you tell him, hey, I need you to come and sign because I'm about to sell this, he going to ask you two questions. One, am I getting any money off of that? Because I would ask the same damn question. Oh, no. Okay. The next thing he's going to ask about, am I paying the taxes on the appreciation that I'm getting from this? Or you taking the tax bill? Oh, no. Yeah. And what you going to give me? I've seen that before. What you going to give me to sign? Because he on the title. In Georgia, we got three things. We got three titles that you sign when you buy a house. One is your security deed. This is what the lender gives you. It secures the lender's interest in the property. Your warranty deed. This is what's recorded by the county. This allows you to sell, transact, rent. This gives you control over the property. And a deed in lieu of foreclosure. This is what allows the bank to go ahead and to foreclose if they have to. Now let's roll this back a little bit. If he's not on the lending deed that turns around and gives him the requirement to go ahead and pay the note, why the hell you put him on the warranty deed, which gives him the ability to sell the note, to sell the house with you? Think about it.
It means y'all break up and you want to sell that house or you want to kick him out. He ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Why? Because they on the deed. They on the deed. Y'all got family members out here that want to live with y'all, and y'all out here trying to buy a house for you and your family members, and the family members ain't doing nothing but staying in the house. I'm waiting for the answer. I know y'all about to come in these comments, but I'm just saying.
Would you buy a house with someone that you are not married to or not even
Nope.
engaged to? Ladies, this one is for you. Would you buy a house with your partner? Just partner, not your fiance, not your husband, just your partner. You know what? Even if he's your fiance, would you buy a house with just your fiance, or would you wait until after y'all jump the broom and get married? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments.
Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments. I tried to give you guys some common sense when it comes to this real estate play, so you guys aren't caught out there with your pants down, doing some real crazy stuff, trying to figure out, crying at the closing table why you can't close, he's not showing up. I'm just giving you some advice. You do what you want to. I'm 18 years in real estate, and I love it. Sometimes.